All right, today we've got a fantastic story for you. It's called The Kechori Seller's Fortune. But, this story is about so much more than just a food stall. We're diving into a tale that's all about the amazing flavors of food, but also the really sharp bitterness of jealousy, and maybe most importantly, the incredible power of forgiveness. So, where does it all start? Well, it begins with our main character, Payel, and her absolutely incredible talent. I mean, her customers say it all, right? One of them says, "A taste like nectar. I can't start my day without Payel's Kachori." So you can tell she's not just selling snacks. She's a huge part of the whole community's daily routine.
But here's the thing. All that love she gets from her customers, it's hiding a really painful private struggle. So let's get into the first chapter of her life, a kachori seller's life. This is where her incredible talent goes head to head with just constant turmoil.
So let's really get to know Payal. She's super gifted, right? Works unbelievably hard, and she's got this kind heart that everyone just loves. But, and this is a big but, every single penny she makes from all that backbreaking work, she hands it all over to her stepmother. Her home life is, well, it's like two different worlds. On one hand, you've got her dad. He loves her, he's proud of her hard work. But on the other hand, there's her stepmother. And to her, Payel is just a burden, someone she treats with just awful cruelty. And man, this next part really shows you just how cruel it was. Imagine this. After a whole day of working, earning the money that feeds her entire family, her stepmother gives her leftover fermented rice and says to her, "Pantabat is your destiny. You were born poor. You should get used to all kinds of food." Can you even imagine? It's just this daily, soul-crushing thing she has to go through.
So the trouble at home is bad enough, right? But that's not the only thing she's up against. Pretty soon, jealousy from someone else just boils over and leads to this absolutely cruel betrayal. It's a moment that literally poisons everything for her. So who's behind this? Well, it's a rival kachori seller. Picture it. He's sitting there watching these huge lines of happy customers at Payel's stall while his own is totally empty. And that feeling of failure just twists into this toxic jealousy, and it's all aimed right at her. So what does he do? He cooks up this just awful plan. He's seen how successful she is, so he figures out a way to take her down. He waits for the evening rush, and when no one's looking, he dumps spoiled yogurt into her big pot of potato curry. His only goal? To completely destroy her reputation. And the result? It's immediate. And it is catastrophic. Her customers, the people who loved her, they turn on her in a heartbeat. They're shocked, they're disgusted. You can just hear them yelling, "What is this? The potatoes are rotten. Are you trying to cheat us? We're never coming back." And just like that, in one terrible moment, everything she's worked for is just gone. And her stepmother? Instead of defending her, she sees her chance. This is the moment she's been waiting for. She just screams at Payel, "Get out of this house. If you don't leave on your own, I will throw you out by the neck." And that's it. Payel is thrown out, homeless and completely alone. But you know what? This is not where her story ends. Not even close. In fact, this absolute rock bottom moment, it leads to a brand new beginning, and she finds kindness where she least expects it. So there she is, wandering the streets with absolutely nowhere to go. And then she's found by a familiar face. It's Didima, this sweet, kind elderly woman who used to be one of her best customers. And when Didima sees how heartbroken Payal is, she just takes her in, offers her a home, a safe place to be. And from that moment, her life just completely transforms. I mean, it's not just a roof over her head. She finds a real family. She ends up marrying Didima's grandson, Amit, who's this really kind college professor. And for the very first time in her life, she feels what it's like to be happy, to be respected, and to feel safe. And there's this really sweet moment with her new husband, Amit, that just says it all. She tells him, "I never imagined I would be married into a house like this. You are a very good person." You can just feel it, right? She's finally found someone who truly sees her and values her for who she is. But we all know the past has a funny way of showing up, doesn't it? Usually when you least expect it. And for Payel, it's about to come back and give her the ultimate test of character. And what happens next is this incredible reversal of fortunes. It's like a perfect example of how your choices can lead you down totally different paths. Because while Payal is now living this wonderful, happy life, the people who hurt her, well, they've hit rock bottom. They're ruined, poor, and are literally begging on the streets to survive. So you're probably wondering what happened to them. Well, that rival seller, his greed got the best of him. He got caught using bad, adulterated oil, and his business was shut down for good. And as for her father and stepmother, without Payal's money coming in, they just fell into this spiral of extreme poverty. And then comes this moment of just crushing irony. Her father's standing outside this big, beautiful house. He has no idea it's hers. And he just says in total despair, "If only Payal were here today, we wouldn't have this fate. It was never her fault." And that right there, that sets the stage for the final act. We're calling it the triumph of kindness. This is Payal's ultimate moral victory. So who shows up at her gate begging for food? Her father and stepmother. The very people who threw her out on the street are now completely at her mercy, and she has a choice to make. Is it going to be revenge, or is it going to be mercy? And what she does next is just extraordinary. She doesn't slam the door in their face. No, she welcomes them inside. She forgives them for everything. And then she even offers to help her father get his Kechori business started again. And all through this, her husband, Amit, is right there with her, supporting her 100%. This really is the powerful climax of her whole journey. It shows us that forgiveness, it isn't weakness. It is the ultimate sign of strength. By making that choice, Payal does more than just rise above her past. She actually breaks the whole cycle of cruelty. She proves that her own character, her own goodness, is her real fortune. And in doing so, she ends up redeeming the very people who almost destroyed her. So this whole story is really a profound moral test, isn't it? And it kind of leaves us with a big question to think about for ourselves. When your kindness is put to the test, when you're the one with all the power, what path would you choose?